Hello guys and welcome back. So let's continue with our destruction setup, and so far we have fractured the geometry for the cathedral, and I've cached that to disk, and I'm reading it just to save the processing time. So now we need to create the constraint network for this, and we're going to use the same node that we did before, the connect adjacent pieces. But before I do that, we need to name everything correctly. So we're going to put down an assemble SOP, and I'm going to name everything. No need for a create. I'm going to name each piece, and now I have a name attribute. And I'm going to use the connect adjacent SOP, and I'm going to change it to adjacent points from surfaces. Adjacent pieces from surface points. I never memorized that. Okay, so we have this structure now, and it's linking basically all the neighboring pieces. Okay, so we're going to put down an attribute wrangle, and we're going to say I want to give it a name. So as constraint name is equal, I want to call this glue just to be able to understand it, and I'm going to call this constraint name. Okay, so everything is a glue constraint. I'm going to create a null and call this out constraint. I'm going to give it a different color, and we're going to create another assemble for the RBD packing, and we're going to uncheck create name attribute, and we're going to create pack geometry. And I'm going to create. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to copy this and say this is an out RBD. Okay, and I'm going to create a dot network. I want to set up everything, and then we're going to go back and reiterate and update it. And I'm going to dive inside and create a bullet solver. I need a RBD packed object, and I need a ground for now. Okay, and sorry, not bullet data, bullet solver. We're going to connect the first object. We're going to put down a merge node, merge the ground plane to our object, and then put down a gravity. And what we need to do, we need to specify the out. I don't know if I covered this, but basically if you check this, it's not going to put down the full path, it's going to use relative. So it's going to put dot dot for the parent, and then for the upper parent it's going to put another 2 dots. So this is very handy as well. So we're going to use that option. You can see the path now is relative to this object. Okay, so we have the RBD object, and I'm simply going to hit play. The ground, even though it looks like it is small, but it is not. This is just a display. Actually, no, it uses that. Sorry. Yeah. So we're gonna make it bigger, and I'm going to hit play and see if that's something reasonable. I may need to remove parts of the geometry because it's kind of heavy at this point to be able to preview it real time. But I want to show you guys if that works. Right now I don't have any constraints as well, so everything should fall down. Let's see, is it falling down? Yep. So everything will fall down, and we need to import the constraint network. And so the idea I want to create is I want to create 2 explosions, one here and one somewhere here, and we're going to create 2 spheres and have them super small at 1 frame, and then they're gonna expand quickly over 4 or 5 frames to be bigger, and then they just disappear. Okay, and we're gonna do 2 impacts. We're gonna do one here to destroy this section here, and we're gonna do another one to destroy, to make a hole here and a hole here, and we're gonna see how to set that up. Cool. So now I have this working, and you can see it's just falling. Everything is falling down. Okay, because we don't have any constraints. And I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna put down a delete node, and I'm going to change it to bounding box, if you would, and I want to delete everything and just keep the bottom pillars and the arches, because it's kind of heavy to do all that real time. So I'm gonna yep, I think that's fine. Delete non-selected, and this should make the sim work faster. And let's import our constraint network. So we did that. We're going to create a constraint network. Okay, and we're going to create a glue constraint relationship. We're going to tell the constraint where to look its data from. So we should have out constraint, and I'm going to connect this guy, and we're going to call this glue. Okay, and let's see. I hope it's going to play faster now. Yeah, so let's see, it's switching to red. It's switching to red and everything is falling apart. Required constraint name is missing. Yes, sorry. The reason for that is because it's not a point property, it's a primitive property. Sorry about that. And once we dive in, we should see, yeah, you should see the constraint, and it's there now. You can turn the display off using the tab under the constraint network called guide option. You can turn them off, but we're going to leave them for the time being. And this should hold the structure together. If it doesn't, it means it's either the constraint not set up properly, or it's breaking quickly. It doesn't have enough force. So we're gonna verify that. I want to change that. Yeah, so it's displaying another copy, and sometimes the viewport gets funky like that. So I'm gonna delete. I created a new one using this, doing that, and then I'm gonna go back and set it to hide other and change the display mode, and this should be. I don't have a lot of lights in the scene, so this is fine. And let's go back inside. Let's hit play. Okay, it's falling. Let's try increasing the glue constraint reference unknown object. That's fine. That's because of the delete that we did. Let's see. Let's increase this to, let's set this to -1. -1 will make the constraint never break. Yeah. So the complaint is because we deleted object and the constraint network was looking for them. So now it's working. Cool. So I'm going to import the objects that I have already set up to save you guys time, because I think you guys can do this. So it's basically a sphere, and I'm animating that sphere scale to grow from 0 to that in 6 frames. Okay, and then I copied that same network and I shifted it by 10 frames to create the second impact and reposition it. And let me show you, let me merge them together and show you guys. Let me template the cathedral so we see where it's located, and I'm going to play it through. So the first impact is there and the second impact is there, and basically it's going to push everything in there, and it's going to try to break the constraint based on the forces as well. So we're going to continue setting up these things in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.